the money was paid to New York City and was in our bank accounts when it was revoked, when it was seized last night. Elon Musk, with no legal authority, seizing it back from the city of New York. It is highway robbery, and the city can't stand for it.
Well, things have gotten really, really bad, not just for the Democrats in general. We've seen all of their little fake protests because we've uncovered how much they have abused us and abused our tax dollars as Americans. But I reported first the other day, amongst all the people losing their security clearance, you had there's over 50 people now that have lost it, and maybe even more now. I cannot keep up. But there was Biden who lost his security clearance. Then there was Anthony Blinken. But then a lot of people missed the byline in that Letitia James and Alvin Bragg also lost their security clearances. And along with losing that, they're not allowed to enter any federal buildings or facilities. Well, it gets even worse because I also reported how they're now investigating Letitia James for overinflating the value of her properties in order to get loans. The very thing that she prosecuted Trump over. Isn't that crazy how it works out? But now it gets even worse. Take a listen to what Pam Bondi just had to say a few minutes ago.
We're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today.
So you heard what she had to say there. So they're now Letitia James and Kathy Hochul are being charged for having these sanctuary cities and prioritizing the lives of criminal illegal aliens over Americans. It's absolutely ludicrous. But I want to give you more into this story because I don't know. New York is just, I mean, all of these Democrat run cities are running to the ground, but it's really bad with them.
And that's why President Trump has directed this to stop. And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois. Strike one. Strike two is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next. Get ready. And the great men and women of law enforcement are standing behind me today. We have FBI, DEA, ATF agents. They put their lives on the line every single day to protect us. And what New York has, they have green light laws, meaning they're giving a green light to any illegal alien in New York where law enforcement officers cannot check their identity if they pull them over. Law enforcement officers do not have access to their background. And if these great men and women pull over someone and don't have access to their background, they have no idea who they're dealing with. And it puts their lives on the line every single day. Violent criminals, gang members, drug traffickers, human smugglers will no longer terrorize the American people. And that is why we are here today. You will be held accountable if you do not follow federal law. It's over, it ends, and we're coming after you.
Child, I'm not messing with Pam Bondi because, she's not playing around. And we haven't really had this type of enforcement by our attorney generals before. But she got to work for the American people on day one. As soon as she was sworn in, this is what she decided to do. And the American people, by and large, agree with what is happening with Trump's administration. Now, I want to take you back to something else about New York. As I reported yesterday, and as you guys have probably seen everywhere, FEMA spent $59 million on luxury hotels for illegal immigrants, illegal aliens in New York City. and paid double the occupancy rate. This is what Elon Musk said as when he was in the Oval Office doing, I don't know what we call these. Are these pressers? Oval Office press conference where he described this very thing.
How do you stop looking? I mean, we've already found it. We have a case in New York where a hotel has paid $59 million, $59 million because it's housing migrants, illegal migrants, all illegal, I believe.
And they were being paid twice the normal room rate at 100% occupancy.
Unbelievable.
So it's a racket.
Yeah.
Mr. Musk, can I ask you a question?
Well, if I may sort of.
But now, guess what? As long we talked about yesterday, as well as how the head of FEMA, the chief financial officer, was fired along with 4 other workers for approving this money and other things that have been going on with FEMA. But today, Trump got our money back.
Fox News Alert moments ago, we received this together. We received a statement from the DHS regarding the $59 million sent from FEMA to New York City migrants last week. Quote, 4 employees being fired today for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the egregious payment for hotels for migrants in New York City. We have not announced it yet, so we have it first. There's going to be firings, the names are going to be out, and let's bring in New York Congressman Mike Lawler. Congressman, your thought about that move?
Well, it's long overdue, frankly. These funds have been misappropriated going back to the Biden administration. And New York City, a sanctuary city, has been wasting billions of dollars of taxpayer money, billions with a B, to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants, including criminal aliens that are here illegally. And so, I applaud, frankly, DHS for taking action to stop these payments under President Trump's leadership, because we have incentivized cities like New York and states like New York, a sanctuary state, to allow this to continue, and it has to stop.
Look, it cost New York, and it's a little selfish of us, billions of dollars because the water was wide open for 4 years. And the mayor that spoke up got exiled in the Democratic Party. Ironically, he's about to be, I guess, in a way, pardoned or protected by this president, who sees a lot of the targeting of Mayor Eric Adams as the same thing that happened to him.
No question. Eric Adams spoke out against what the Biden administration was doing. He said that the migrant crisis was, quote unquote, destroying New York City. Kathy Hochul authorized billions of dollars of state taxpayer money to pay for all these expenditures. Meanwhile, she's fleecing hardworking New Yorkers $2,500 just for the privilege of driving to work. It really just speaks volumes to how inept, incompetent, and corrupt New York has become under feckless leadership.
Right.
We have to stop this massive influx at the border, which is what President Trump is doing. But we have to stop incentivizing states and cities like New York by spending billions, and in this case from FEMA, $59 million to support their efforts to circumvent federal law. That's really what this boils down to. States like New York are circumventing federal law, allowing illegal immigrants to get benefits and access to taxpayer money.
All right, so let's talk about something else that's just bizarre that's happening in New York. New York's top court set to consider non-citizen voting in New York City elections today. Get this, non-citizens, you don't belong here, you're not registered, blowing off court appearance, doesn't matter. That would add 800,000 non-citizen voters. Why is this even a discussion?
It shouldn't be. New York Republicans fought back against this effort several years ago. We were victorious in the lower court and the appellate division, and now it goes to the Court of Appeals. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit concerned because the New York Court of Appeals has been corrupted by Kathy Hochul and New York Democrats. This is why they tried to.
So now Trump has gotten not only the $59 million back, but look at this. Trump administration claws back 80 million given to NYC to house migrants, but comptroller calls it highway robbery. You have got to listen to this guy, but there is a legal victory for Trump getting $80 million back from FEMA and what was going on. I mean, from New York City, that FEMA was just giving away like candy to these illegals, while hardworking Americans all around the country, because FEMA is funded by all of our tax dollars, but then also specifically New Yorkers, while they're being charged crazy prices. They have these toll prices and all of these different things that they're paying for, losing community programs. Their schools are being flooded. I mean, the crime is insane in New York City. And all of this is happening, and Democrats think it's great. Listen to this fool. Let me pull up what he had to say. It's so ridiculous.
Do I understand how it is that Elon Musk was able to get our money back? I don't yet have that clarity. I thought it was important to let you guys know, to sound the alarm.
So he's sounding the alarm that this money was taken away. In fact, let me read what his name is. Brad Lander, I think his name is. This is what he said. He has accused Elon Musk of illegally seizing 80 million from NYC. The FEMA payment was clawed back because it was illegally accepted to fund the Roosevelt Hotel, a known Trinda Argua. I never know how to say it, guys. So whatever, that gang, the Venezuelan gang, operation center. FEMA is for the interest and the safety of the American people. Sure. So this is his stick. I didn't want to play too much because I know you guys cannot stand listening to these clowns. So this is Brad Lander, the comptroller, New York City. You would think he'd be so happy that this money is going back to the American taxpayers, back to the New York taxpayers. But no, because he's a Democrat.
The money was paid to New York City and was in our bank accounts when it was revoked, when it was seized last night. Elon Musk, with no legal authority, seizing it back from the city of New York. It is highway robbery, and the city can't stand for it. Musk tweeted online that these payments were in some way inappropriate because they're for luxury housing. The federal program we're talking about, the Shelter and Services Program, has a $12.50 a night cap on hotel and shelter prices.
That's why you needed 59 million after billions have been spent in New York City alone for illegals. And he actually thinks this is owed to him. He can't believe it was clawed back. How could Elon Musk do it? And that rate that they have there, if that's the rate, which Elon said we were paying double, okay, for this alleged rate that you're saying, where's all the rest of the money? If it's that cheap, it sounds to me like there's a bunch of kickbacks like we've been seeing with US aid all over the place. But guys, the foolishness continues. If you want to support my channel, make sure you follow me on my socials. My links are below, especially on X. But also, you can get some merch from my shop, realmelanieking.com. The link will be below. Here are just some of the cool items I have there that you're going to want to check out. And you can also support us over here by donating to my Cash App. The link is below. And with that, I will see you on the next one.